Watch how fuck. Watch how I break it down. I got walk on the way. Watch how they shaking now. Like a nigga two-way. Mixing this in and round. Cause Spider don't play. Got a whole lot of bitches around.
That rally was a total flop. It was so embarrassing, man. Like, they legitimately had more police officers out there than people. Like, yo, are y'all about to have a flag football game or something, bro? That was terrible. Not to mention the people out there protesting. They were just having altercations with each other. There were white people out there getting arrested, which is crazy. How do y'all get together and y'all talking about all this injustice? And I want to talk about the fact that Austin Metcalf, his father Jeff, actually spoke to the guy who organized that whole thing. He condemned the entire thing, man. It was an embarrassment. He really told Jeff that his son died because of him. He said Austin Metcalf died because you're a weak father. That's basically what he said. And the ironic thing about him trying to make it a race war or make it racial, the guy that Jeff sent out was black. The guy that was speaking on behalf of Jeff was black, which is so ironic. And there was some other guy out there who was just being a little Sambo. These people out there talking about, oh, white lives are dying, and over 350,000 white people are being attacked by black people every year. A hate crime towards a white person, 350,000, even though we have a population in the United States of almost 400 million people. So that is nothing. That is a speck. I'm not condoning it, but I'm saying that's really nothing to worry about. 350,000, bro, that's like the city of Springfield, Missouri. That's nothing, bro. That's nothing. That's like Joplin. Where's Springfield, Missouri? Exactly. That's how relevant it is. But I'm glad the father condemned this whole thing. The father completely wanted his son's face taken off. In my opinion, they're just using his son in order to push their agenda. They don't really care about what happened to Austin. They just want to use Austin's face to help ignite some type of race war, some division between people, which is completely unnecessary. And I like the fact that they had black people actually showing up out there, which is crazy. They had black people showing up out there like, nah. But another thing, there were people out there with Confederate flags. It was just crazy. It was a disgrace. Black people, we go out there and we speak on each other's behalf because when we go out there, we are actually talking from a moral compass. We're speaking from a place of understanding. And if we don't do it, nobody else is going to do it. If Carmelo Anthony was wrong, black people would not be supporting him. But he was not wrong. He was defending himself. That's why we're supporting him the way he was defending himself. That's why we're supporting him the way that we are. And one thing I don't like is people talking about, oh, so was that a cause for him to take somebody's life? Who knows? We weren't the ones in the position. We weren't the ones in the situation. Carmelo Anthony is a 17-year-old, 130 pounds, tiny guy. Now, me on the other hand, maybe I wouldn't have did that. But guess what? I'm 200 pounds. I'm 5'11". I'm much bigger than what Carmelo is. I'm actually pretty strong. I wouldn't feel like my life would be at risk in a circumstance like that because I grew up fighting. I know how to handle people like that. People like that need to come fight you with more than one person, they cowards. And the fact that it took both of them to confront Carmelo, that tells you everything you need to know. But we're not about to talk about that. What we're talking about is this whole Austin Metcalf rally. The father condemned it. He actually got into a little bit of an argument with the guy. And the guy called him weak. And another thing, Euros have no credibility. Euros, y'all control everything. And I feel like it was entitlement on this man to even want to use Austin's face to help push his movement. And him getting mad at the father. That dude is a demon. You see that his intentions were not pure at all. Because all he cared about was using Austin. He got in an argument with the father. People out there were trying to debate him. And he was getting them kicked out of the event. And it was just so pathetic, bro. It was like literally like maybe 20 people out there. It was crazy. Not that many people out there. And you other people, you little white supremacists, y'all gotta understand something. You got white people that have families with black people. They have children that are black. They have spouses that are black. They have siblings that are black. They have friends that are black. All white people do not think the way that you do. All white people are not primitive. They don't all have this deep-rooted racism inside of their body. Not all white people are going to stand on your side. Y'all obviously are dealing with issues not only externally, but internally. And that's going to be your own demise. Black people, all we got to do is step aside and just watch. That's it. We don't have to sit here and be a part of it, because it seems like these people who want to be an issue, they got to go through their own people first. And the police officer was out there. The police officers weren't out there to arrest black people. The police officers were out there to arrest degenerates that wanted to be physical. And it's so ironic on how much he was talking about how violent black people are. The funny thing is there were barely any black people out there, and black people were not the ones out there being arrested. We're not the ones being all hostile. We weren't the ones out there trying to make problems. There was a black guy that went out there and debated him, but he was being peaceful. He was just like, look, I stand with Carmelo, and I respect that guy to go out there. You got to be a brave person to go out there by yourself and speak how you feel, man. You know, I liked it. I liked it. I think the rally was a joke. And because black people, we actually have credibility, I feel like these other people, they don't have the moral compass nor the credibility to try to speak on something talking about hate crime, bro. White people control the judicial system, the legislative, the executive branch. They control the entire country. They have most of the wealth in this country. There's $11 trillion wealth gap between black and white people. So to sit here and talk about how black people are just disenfranchising white people, it's a joke. But anyways, make sure y'all like, comment, share, subscribe. If you agree to what I say, let me know. If you disagree, let me know. I got more videos coming, and we out.